All right. No, no. Kijk nu foutje. Slechtog. It's on a dump. Welcome. 10,000 welcomes to. Good evening. Here in the easterly portion of the United States. And my name is Skrekhog. And we're about to get started here. All right, so let's load up Primus Stream. So my primary goal today is to get some of these oxygen plants out into flower spreaders and get that oxygen really cranking. So I've got some good stuff in here. I've got a number of Tusca seeds. They're all 400s. We've even got some Nulnas, which are 300s. And I'd like to get at least those 4 into the ground. And to do that, I really need to get some supers and some fertilizer going. So fertilizer is going to be upstairs. That's going to require eggplants. And I only have 4 eggplants, so we're going to have to hope that they're growing up there. And some sulfur and algae. Sulfur is over here. I'll grab 4 sulfur because eventually I need 4. Here's my overflow algae. Now that ought to get us started. Let's see how our growth is going. So I've got 43% on 3. So I'm going to need 4 eventually. So we might only get 3 of them out there today. Let's see how this goes. Oh, excuse me. Still dealing with the pain in my arm and shoulder. So we will take care of that. So there are some more T2 or tier 3 oxygen producers out here. Oh, where am I going? Jay Wes. We're going over here. Sorry about the bad accent there. There's 2 fertilizers, so let's go ahead and get those combined with a couple of sulfur and a couple of water bottles, a couple of sulfur. Oh my gosh, my tongue is just not working today. So eventually I'm going to need a lot more eggplants. So let's get this one out there. And then we'll see if we can get some water. I've got enough water, but let me grab some more. All right, so this will get 1 in the ground. It's got some goldens up here. I'm going to go ahead and put another flower spreader out here. This will get one of my, I think, yes, my food level is getting low. I understand that. I've got green beans in my inventory. So this is a tier 2 flower spreader. This is a grass spreader, isn't it? Yes. Got some flowers over here. They're probably coming from this one. This is a tier 3 or a tier 2 flower spreader. It's a tier 1 flower spreader. It's got a Tusca in it. This one is looks like a tier 1 spreader. Yes. And so I'm going to go over here, this other tier 2 that we just put in and put this golden in it. That'll help a little bit. All right, so I got another flower spreader out. And we've got enough eggplant, another tier 1 flower spreader out. Let's see here. Can I do this? I think I can. Okay. And then we should be able to get one more eggplants when they're done growing. Let's check my overflow and equipment. See if I've got anything interesting in there. Some rocket engines. Sulfur. Oh, just some stuff. Just random stuff. Okay. So, okay. What can I do with these flowers? I got so many of them. That requires a fertilizer. That requires a fertilizer. That's pretty much it. So I do have these T3 vegetubes, which I could put up more of. They produce 10.4 oxygen per second, which is nothing compared to a T1 flower spreader, really, which is 12 times that. But I've got enough plants. I could actually put up a few and get some more oxygen going. These oxygen spreaders, vegetubes, T3 vegetubes require silicon, magnesium, and aluminum, and water bottles. I should have plenty of that. Silicon. Oops, that's not exactly what I wanted to do. Okay. Silicon, magnesium. Oops, I did put one back too many. I was going to grab 3. Put this algae away briefly. I'll keep 3 algae. Yep. Okay, and the sulfur. Put that away so it's not in my inventory anymore. Yep. I'll eat that. And I'll drink that. Okay, so consumables, I've got a bit of water. Oh, here's some nice, look at those eggplants. Look at those friendly little eggplants. So I'll grab those because we're going to turn those into fertilizer here in a second. Let me get a couple of these vegetubes out here. Okay, we'll just put 1, 2, 3. Okay. And sorry. Okay. Oh, I didn't bring my oxygen plant seeds. Put those back here. One of these is going to go into another T2 when I get the other 3 eggplants. So I will go ahead and put these in here. And 3. So 31 parts per quadrillion, 31 parts per quadrillion, and this should be about 42 parts per quadrillion. And then some of the other ones, I could probably replace a couple of these at 250. It's this one down on the end. That's also a 300, 400, 400, 400. So I've got one 250 out here I could possibly replace. That's not much not very, very interesting. So let's go ahead and grab that fertilizer real quick. Put away all my sulfur. Okay, so let me go get prepared. Put my sulfur away, but I've got some in the overflow. That's how much I'm going to need eventually. And actually, I'm going to need 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, because we're going to make a T2 and a T1 flower spreader. Let me get to that point. So these are now at 75%. Go ahead and make that fertilizer. I'll build the T1 flower spreader, which is magnesium in a super and an extra water bottle. Grab a couple of these. We'll go grab the water out of the lake producer as well. Since I'm going to put up one tier 2 and one tier 3, I'm going to grab another one of these 300 percenters. Oh, no, I got another 400 percenter. I'll grab that too. I'll replace that 250 out here. Just maximizing our output at the moment. And let's go over here and we'll drop this tier 1, 128 base, and we're going to put a 400 in it. So that's going to bring us up to 515.2. So yeah, we're getting a pretty goodly amount here. Who knows the skies? And then we'll head over to our little road here. And okay, and I was gonna go ahead and put up. I've got space for 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Vegetubes. And then we'll get some rockets up in the air. I want to get our terraforming really cranking. We can go do some exploring and not really lose any time. We're only up to almost 300 MTI, but I'd like to get to 500 MTI as soon as we can. We need one of those. Okay. There's no eggplant. All right. Okay. Good. Get rid of some of this water. Take a quick peek at those eggplants. Not ready. 85%. Okay, it's going to take a little while. Let's go take a look at our terraformation. That's interesting. Got a silicon out there. So, we're at 11, almost 12,000 parts per quadrillion per second. So that's our highest production stat so far. So the heat is at 7,200, so it's falling a little bit behind. So we'll start with a heat rocket, and then we'll do a pressure one as well. Maybe we'll do 2 heat rockets before we get started here. Let's see, and we're almost 20% on our way to flora, so that's good. And I have a random silicon up here on the outside of my biodome. Okay, so let's see here. What can we do right now? We can do some rocketry exercises. I've got a couple of rockets. And I've got some supers. I'm going to need 2 supers per And then I'm going to need 3 cobalt and 3 silicon. Okay, and we'll get those launched. And that'll up our heat and our pressure. So, the heat is uranium. And that increases by 1,000%. As I've said before, that means that it'll basically give us an additional 10 times our terrestrial production heat. Excuse me a second. Some footwear issues. Okay, so let's get one of these guys up in the air. Oh, I gotta select one first, don't I? Let's build that. Okay, we got our little solar panels on there. This will give us uranium and increase our heat. And there goes our... And here they come already. Little green rocks falling from the sky. Okay, that's an inconvenient place for some uranium. I don't think I can get up there just yet without a lot of building. Hydration is low, yeah, so we've got some over there. It's like we've got some more coming into this this area back here. So we'll have to go pick those up at some point. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and launch the heat producer. Or I'm sorry, the pressure producer, which will deliver iridium. Here it goes. And that won't start coming down until the uranium asteroids are complete. We got quite a bit over there. Okay. And as soon as that clears up, we'll start getting the iridium shower. Oh, here we go. Come on. Come on. Don't make a liar out of me. Okay, that should be about clear. Those are not meteors. They're just little blurbs in the visibility. I'm not exactly sure what they're supposed to be. Here they come. Okay, my oxygen is low, so I'm gonna cheer apparently, and then head inside real quick here to and we'll look at maybe upgrading our bangs over there. Drink some water. Eat a bean. Check on my eggplants. While I'm here, I'll grab the mushrooms. Up. Squash and beans. Too. Okay, so let's see if we can get a couple of fertilizer out of what we've got in our inventory. I do. Okay, so I got a couple of fertilizers. So let's get what we can get. I've got 2 supers, 2 fertilizer, and I have the seed and some water. I believe that's all I need. Yes. So let's go get another flower spreader out there. Okay, and we've got some uranium on the ground. We'll start picking that up. Actually, I'm gonna go grab the rover because it's just super handy. Put all that stuff in, it should pick it up. All right, so we got another tier 2 flower. So that one's producing 1,040 parts per quadrillion. Plus we have, I think we have 1 plant rocket up there, which is, I believe it's 125, 1,250%, which would give us a 12.5 increase. So we should have a pretty good production of that. Let me grab this guy. Oop. I still have aluminum in here. Let me dump that. It's good to have extra aluminum. Looks like my overflow is overflowing. Well, put some extra here on the zeolite. I'll deal with that later. Okay, so I'm going to need some food before I start running around out there, so I'm going to grab some beans. Beans are my best option for food right now. Okay, so let's go get some green stuff. And red stuff. Uranium. Picking. Looks like we get about 5 per. There's an iridium over here, but it hasn't quite dissipated to the rocks yet, so I'm not sure how much of this I can actually grab quickly, but we'll grab some of it. Okay, well, thank you for rolling over off my head. That was weird. Okay, looks like I got 5 out of that one too. Kind of do a circle about. See what we got. Oh, some lovely green guys here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's strange. I never really actually counted how many of these I get before. At least I didn't retain that information in my head. Looks like you get about 5 per. So that means if I can't find them, I kind of know where to come back to. Only got 4 here. Probably under one of these rocks is another one. I'm going to grab some oxygen because it's free. All right. Head over here. Let's see what else we got out here. I don't see any debris. Got some of our funny rocks under the water. There's some green up there. I really wanted to get the oxygen out because eventually we'll reach a point where we have breathable atmosphere, and life is so much easier when you can breathe the atmosphere. It's just, I know that seems pretty obvious, but so it looks like another 5 here. This stack. My inventory's full. Okay, that means I need to drop a vehicle. Literally. Oops, hang on. Didn't drop it. Okay, here it comes. Boom. Makes lots of noise. Grab that one. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put all this stuff in here. Iridium and uranium. And I think I had one more. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Iridium up there. Uranium, I'm sorry, up on top of that cliff. That's going to be hard to get. I'm going to grab these. Looks like a couple came down over here. Or I got 6 on that one. Oh. Uranium. There's the other uranium. Oh, it looks like we might have had 2 uraniums come down here too. Okay, still see some glowing bits. Need to go get some oxygen. The physics of the rocks, of the meteor rock, can be pretty interesting. Usually, once they settle, they're settled. But if you pull something out from behind, underneath them, then they'll move. And in that moment that they're moving, sometimes you can kind of kick them out of the way or knock them out of the way, and they just fly like they're made of nothing. But if they're settled, you can't move them at all. They're stuck to the ground. Drink some water here too. Okay, then I think that's about all we have over here for the moment. Rover's about full. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the various grunts and so forth are just because my shoulder and arm hurt. No worries. The other interesting thing about these meteor rocks is you can just drive right through them. So if it's not a meteor rock, you get things like that. Oh, now I'm upside down. Oh, we're leaving the rover here. The rovers. It's like a silly dog. It just kind of does strange stuff. All right. Oh, gas extractor. Okay, cool. Okay, this fell down from up there. I'll take it. Okay. I can make explosive powder, but I don't know how to make explosives, and my buddy Dev Rossick explained all that to me. On Prime, it's very hard. It takes a long time to actually get the explosives. So we're not going to open that up anytime soon. I'm starting to get a little bit of water back here, I think. Okay. I'm headed north. I actually wanted to go south. Got myself turned about. That was west, which is also not south. We'll come out here and take a peek. We'll swing around. Oxygen's getting low. I think I've got a hut over here. That's what happens when you get lost in a little maze. You burn up resources. Oh, yeah, I know. Guess I don't have a hut over here. That's inconvenient. Okay, yeah, that's not good. Yep, I'm gonna die. Only lost 1 uranium. And some oxygen. Alright, well. Go ahead and grab this stuff. Head back to where my resources are. And I need to put a hut up on that other wreck. I died the other week looking for that hut, but I never did go back and verify that I had one. Which is not my best move, apparently. Okay, so let's see here. What do I got? Magnesium. Aluminum. I don't have any aluminum in this pile. Silicon. Titanium. No, don't need that. Cobalt. Okay, I need a couple of well, to make some oxygen. capsules. Alright, and as I said, my overflow is getting pretty overflowed. So, okay. So let's see what we've got going on here. I got some, I need some water. Got some oxygen. I was headed over this way and got turned around. Iron. Go ahead and collect materials for building a little hut over there by that wreck. While we're doing this, there's some uranium. Okay. So where did that uranium come from, do you think? Oh, here's more. And some iridium, too. At least one silicon to build a little base. Not getting all of the iridium, so keep an eye on oxygen level. I don't want to get in that same situation again. Nice. Alright, I did leave a little hut over here, so I'm going to grab some free oxygen. Okay, okay, let's head back in the other direction. East, south. U-turn goes around to the north again. Titanium. Okay, not seeing anything else here. Oh, again with that turn. Hang on a quick second. During the original live stream, at this point I had turned off the mic, and you can't hear me speaking anymore. So I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of a narrative here. So what I'm doing is heading back toward the main base. We are going to re-up our oxygen a little bit and check on where we are as far as the index here, which I can't quite read. So all I'm going to say is that we have put in a bunch of oxygen producing plants. So our oxygen is running higher than it was earlier in the game, and we should be seeing some improvement on our overall index, which is right now at about 334, 335 MTI, which is pretty good. That's a third of the way to GTI, which will be a major milestone for us. Actually, I think 500 MTI is a big old milestone too. So we will see that coming up shortly. So Stongofoil, thank you for watching this video. Take care, everybody.